Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Sacred 2 Fallen Angel Remastered video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I wish I would have known sooner. In no specific order, I'm going to go ahead and just rapid fire barrage these right at you so you can get right back into the game and hopefully get off on a better footing than I did. Starting at number 1 here though is going to be your camera settings. I have a video kind of going more in depth with this, but basically over in your options and under gameplay, over here with follow camera and collision, these are enabled by default. Well, maybe some players might like them. I really found it annoying. I wanted full control over my own camera, so I would disable these right out of the gate. And that's going to give you literally full control over this camera here. It's so much nicer. Another thing that goes along with this is don't use WASD to move. Instead, click to move. The game just feels so much more smooth using click to move than it does WASD. Up next, we have auto pickup. So in this game, if you drop or see an item on the ground here, we're going to use the shield as an example. When I very first started, I was turning on the name tags and then having to click on each individual item. It was super annoying, super tedious. I did this for longer than I want to admit to. Don't do it. Instead, make sure you're using your auto pickup here. So here's what it looks like. Boom, straight into my bag. Didn't even have to click on it. Now this I have bound to my space key. You can change this in your settings. You can go to controls, and then if you go down to gameplay auto collect, click it, and then you can choose your keybind. Mine is spacebar. Look at this. Boom. And on top of that, you don't even have to have these name tags enabled anymore, and it's a much more clear field and just better overall. And what I love though is when there's a bunch of just shiny stuff, I hit spacebar, boom, and I'll check it out later and keep going. It feels great. Next up, we have skill runes. Skill runes are going to be how you unlock and upgrade your combat art abilities. So over here in your combat arts, you can see my pelting strikes is 17. If you didn't hear what I said, this is how you level these up. I got this to level 17 because I've used 17 of that specific rune. So over here, you're also going to notice you're going to be getting runes that are not for your class. Do not vendor these. What you could do is save them for those alts, but what's even better, and the big thing you want to be doing here, is you want to be advancing, and as soon as you find this icon right here, you're going to unlock this NPC right there. The tent finally moved. You can see it. This little icon right there. And what this dude's going to do is allow you to use up to 4 runes to get your specific rune you want. Now, look at this. You can put one in here you don't want. Look at the gold cost, though. 125k if I put 1 rune in there. So if you have a lot of gold, sure. Well, look what happens as we put more in. So 2 is 25k gold. 3 brings it down to 5k gold. Look at this. If you put 4 runes in there, it's only 500 gold. Super cheap, but you're using a lot of runes. I usually do 2 runes, and then I can get more of the actual rune that I want. Now, you're only going to get 1 rune, so the more you put in, the more runes you're using, but you're still only getting 1 that you want. So I'll go ahead and show you here. I'm actually trying to level up. I don't even know right now. I do actually need 1 more battle stance. Let's go ahead and do that here. Like I said, I usually just put 2 in there. 1, 2, 25k is pretty cheap. Come to your bag, and you can right-click it. My battle stance is now level 17. Pretty cool. So that's going to be your skill runes. This NPC unlocks pretty early on. Next up, we have the mobile stash. This is such a cool feature. I have this bound to X by default. So if I hit X, you're going to see my chest. Look at this thing. He literally comes running to me, dude. I don't even have to go to town. Maybe he'll glitch behind that character. Oh, it worked. Mobile stash. Look at this cool gear I got, too. I forgot I had those. Awesome. But mobile stash X, you can re-keybind it if you want to in the settings as well. Next up, we have an XP flask. So these are different consumables in the game. You have a health potion, and there's no cooldown on these. So every time you're at a vendor, I buy all the health potions I can. You can see I'm down to 3 because I was fighting a hard boss and I had to juice it. And I used like 50 health potions on one boss, no joke. You also have this one here that's going to lower your regeneration time, which regeneration is basically your cooldown on your abilities here. And I can actually show you. So if you look here at my soul hammer, you can see the regeneration time right here is 4.1 seconds. If I use one of these potions, it goes down to 2.7. Pretty awesome. But the big one here I wanted to point out was this bonus XP potion. It does last for 80 seconds. And as far as I know, there's no way to actually track the buff other than this little aura that's around your character. So make sure you're using those. Those are my 3 favorite potions that I use. Next up we have, if you're lazy and your bag's full and you don't feel like going back to town, or maybe you don't want to use your stash because it's super annoying to try to do all that while you're in town, whatever, there's a scrap option down here. And yeah, I didn't notice this till way into the game here, but you can just pick up an item and drag it, drop it on scrap, and it actually gives you gold. It's not going to give you the full amount of gold as you would get for vendoring it though. So don't do this all the time. Just do this if you're not close to a vendor and you're not feeling like summoning that mobile stash. Next up, we have regeneration. I think I already touched on this. Basically, the regeneration, as I said, is how long it takes for your skill to cool down. We already know we can lower that with our potion, but also over here on your gear, you see right here where it says regeneration penalty. Typically, the heavier the armor, the more the penalty is, but this one over here is a positive, so this is going to make more regeneration time here. And you can see that penalty, and it'll actually change if I unequip this. You can see it added on more. Over here, this one's negative, so this one will actually give us as soon as we equip it. So you can see if I don't have it on, I'm at 125%, but as soon as I equip it, boom, brings it down. So just kind of pay attention to that with your gear. Look at this one. This one's almost 6% regeneration time. Wild. Definitely pay attention to that when you're picking out your gear. Because if this thing's too high, you're going to have such long cooldowns. So you're going to have to just basic attack all the time. Next up, we have kind of travel. Now, I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. So modern action RPGs, you use a town portal. You go to town, you vendor, you go back through your portal and go back to where you came from. Not in this game. So in this game, you have these little shrine-looking things here. They're actually called resurrection towers. So whenever you die or if you leave the game and come back, you're going to show back at the resurrection tower. Mine that I have set is over here, and you're going to want to have one of these set away from these gates. Now they're going to try to bait you in here. So if you look in here real close, you can see we have one of these town portals right next to a resurrection stone. Sure, if it's your first city, whatever, multiple times I've clicked on this and then realized there's a town portal. Totally sucks when that happens. But the strategy is you want to kind of pick a resurrection stone that's in the area you're questing and that's not right next to a town, obviously. And here's why. This is how you travel around the map. So any of these that are lit up, so any of these town portals, I can click on and go there at any time. And same with the one resurrection monolith. These ones that are grayed out, I cannot teleport to. So if I want to try to get over here somewhere, I'm going to have to pick like the closest place to go to and then hoof it. Travel is way different than modern action RPGs. Just take note of that. It took me a little bit to kind of wrap my head around to that. And the worst thing is when you accidentally click on one of these that you don't mean to when you're right next to it and then you lose your point. It sucks. I've had to do that so many times. Next up, and this is kind of a super random, I don't even know why this one's in here, but I just kind of wanted to point it out. So over on your skills, you can craft combos. By default, you can only combo 2 skills, but if you spec over here into, I think it was concentration, no, that's buffs. I don't remember. Combat discipline right here, up to 3 combat arts can be combined into a combo. I'm not sure how to get the 4th one, but if you do this combo, what's really cool is once you have it selected, look at this. My dude will auto attack everything near me, and it'll even auto path if it kills this thing. It'll auto path to the next thing. I had to use my hand to heal. But that must be a champion or something. But it'll kill one, and then it'll auto path and go to the next. So the bigger the combo, the more time you have to just kind of AFK auto attack, I guess. I don't know. The combat in this game just feels a little bit clunky, and it's just a little different. Look at it. It's auto pathing right now, and it's not even hitting him. It's really terrible. But just kind of wanted to point out that, you know, with modern action RPGs, at least for me anyway, I'm constantly like clicking the monster, trying to, you know, hold down my attack, whatever. And in this game, it's like you can do both of those, but it's a little bit clunky. You're better off to just kind of pick an ability. And this works for other abilities too, like my Soul Slam here. To see how long it took for him to kind of path to the monster. And then, yeah, that's kind of that little piece of advice there is kind of use that combo. If there's a giant pack of monsters and you just can't get the one you want targeted, I will just literally, I'll use a combo that's pretty long and just let it kind of work its magic. It just found like to be the best way to kind of handle some of that combat. I know it's kind of weird, but it's how the game is, and I don't know, hopefully it'll help you out. Another piece of advice I have here is your mini map down here is not the best, and this map here is your overlay map. I don't know how to zoom this out or pan it. I know you can zoom it out by going to your world map, but that is just, it's just not very fluid. So one thing you can do here is you can go to your giant world map, and if there's a quest you want to go do, you can just click on it and it'll be highlighted. But what's nice about that is it's actually now going to show on your compass the direction of that, so you kind of have an idea of which direction to go. Now, you may not want to just follow that in a direct line. I still would definitely use this map so you can actually figure out. I mean, this one would be pretty direct, basically, but just kind of helps a little bit with navigation there. The last little piece of advice I have, and this one's probably pretty obvious, but I just kind of threw it in here because I wanted to. You have all these different, the silver markers are side quests, and the orange one is your main quest. Now, spoilers here, very minor spoilers, but you can see over here, this part of my map is cleared out. I spent a long time over here clearing all this out. Way long, way long. There's so many side quests in the game. And if I were to go back and play a new character, what I would recommend is not doing every single side quest. It's very time consuming. Some of them are fun, rewarding, whatever. But the orange marker over here is your main quest line. And that's what's going to bring you. You can see how literally just the highlighted area is where I path to the main quest. I still have all this I could explore. There's so many quests. But this is kind of the spoiler here. You've been warned. The main quest is going to bring you some really awesome bosses here as well that you can see are these little red dudes. And some of these are farmable too for extra loot. So definitely, I highly recommend if you're feeling like your character's pretty strong, you're good on healing potions, you're good on everything, just pursue that main quest and keep going. I mean, eventually you're going to be able to come back and clear all this out anyway. So yeah, I guess the piece of advice here was just the difference between silver markers, orange markers, and don't get wrapped up in doing every single side quest like I did. Go after the orange quest. There's some really cool fights in there. And that's going to wrap it up for this Sacred 2 Fallen Angel Remastered tips and tricks video. Hopefully you found this video useful and or entertaining. I know the tips and tricks were just all over the place, but I really just kind of wanted to rapid fire get them out there. The things that are on my head. And I had an early review copy, and I have no one to talk to at the time of recording. I have no one to talk to about the game because it is behind an embargo. But when this video is out, that embargo is gone, and we can talk about it, and I can share it. And it's just so awesome to sit here and just talk about this game. I know it's to a camera, but by the time this reaches, there'll be hopefully people watching it. If you haven't yet, make sure you check out my Sacred 2 review video. I have a camera setting, and this is the tip and tricks. I think there's even a mount video out there, and probably more. If you found this video useful or entertaining, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you think I've earned it. Please consider becoming a YouTube channel member today. The support helps more than you know. But don't forget, your view alone means the absolute world. As always, thanks for watching, and make sure you glance around at some of our other action RPG videos here on the channel. I play so many different action RPGs, not only Sacred 2, I also play Titan Quest 2, Titan Quest 1, Last Epoch, Grim Dawn, and more. Just peruse the YouTube channel and enjoy.